English with Deck.
Well, the birds are singing away. The leaves are rustling in the breeze. The clouds are gently moving up above. And you know, on a day like today, there is very little to complain about. Despite the fact that, well, when you try to conserve a little bit of energy, save the planet and all that sort of stuff. So you decide to, open the windows, turn off the AC, and try and, tough it out, even though it is 29 degrees. And you start to doubt your resolve, your willpower. However, it's for a good cause, save the planet, save a few pennies here and there. But I'm still doubting my resolve. Until my lessons start, though, I decided, no need for AC constantly. Don't get me wrong, I love a lovely chilled room, and I do make full use of my AC when I am teaching, etc. But sometimes it's nice just to let the fresh air into the room, change the air if you like, change the atmosphere in the air a little. Hey guys, it's Deck here from Deck English with another episode of English with Deck. Let's go. So guys, when you're feeling generous or kind-hearted, like you're doing some good things, you're doing some good in the world. So on the way back from running a few errands, you think, oh, well, I fancy a little coffee. But the coffee shop that you like is not open, so you then decide to stop by the convenience store, the newsagents, as we call it in England. And you see a pretty interesting new release of Korean coffee. So, of course, you open the fridge door, reach in, grab this delicious looking coffee. Admittedly, it will be quite sweet, as the flavour is mango and I forget what the other one was. Mango and I think it was just mango, actually. Anyway, and then just as the door is closing, you spot another delectable looking beverage, and you notice the brand, and it's a Starbucks release coffee. And so the price is a little higher than the average coffee that you would normally purchase from the convenience store in the fridge section. However, you remember, the wife loves Starbucks, the wife loves coffee. So, wife loves coffee, wife likes Starbucks, equals wife will like this drink. Boom. Clever moment, big brain. So what do? Well, of course, without a second of hesitation, you reopen the fridge door and reach in your hand again. And then you pull out the Starbucks brand coffee, which isn't cheap. It's not out of this world expensive, but, for a bottle of coffee, it's not the most ideal price, if you like. But anyway, it's for the wife. As we said, wife likes coffee plus wife likes Starbucks equals wife will like this. Big brain. So you feeling very proud of yourself, you head over to the checkout, you pass over the 2 bottles of coffee with a little smirk on your face. You're feeling, oh yes, there's nothing that can stop me today. And you pay your money, you take your coffees, you get back in the car, you drive home, stop off at the wife's place of work on the way, because you need to actually switch cars anyway, because she will need to pick up the little baby later today, our 1-year-old daughter. And in the big car we have the child seat, in the smaller car we do not. Anyway, so you're going to stop by her work anyway to switch cars. And remember, wife likes coffee plus wife likes Starbucks equals wife will like this drink, regardless of the flavour. Big hint. So then you switch over to the smaller car. You place wife's coffee into the footwell of the driver's side. Now, the reason it is in the footwell and is not passed to her directly is, well, she's busy and it's a warmish day, so it's better to keep it as cool as possible. So coffee is placed in the footwell, and then a quick picture is taken, picture is sent. And remember, guys, wife likes coffee plus wife likes Starbucks equals wife will like this drink. Big brain. Then you drive home, and before you drive home, you do check that your wife is aware of said coffee in the footwell of the driver's side. By the way, the footwell of a car is basically in the front of the car where you put the driver and the passenger. There's 2 seats, the driver's seat and the passenger's seat. And there's the sort of area where you put your feet, where your feet are placed, if you like. You place your feet in the footwell. Okay. Anyway. And a couple of hours go past, and you get a text message saying, "Oh, thank you for the coffee." So package has been received. However, wife is quite a dry texter. Very little emotion is conveyed through the text messages in a normal situation. So, as it's just a "thank you for the coffee" message, you think nothing of it. Anyway, fast forward a few hours, and after your lessons are all finished for the evening, it's about 8 o'clock at night. You go downstairs. You see the coffee in the fridge, and you do a double check. Oh, okay. And then you look. Oh, it's about half drunk. And you look at the wife. You look at the coffee. And big brain moment suddenly starts to panic. Wait, were mistakes made? Was it not an ideal choice? One second. Wife likes coffee plus wife likes Starbucks equals wife will like this coffee, regardless of the flavour. And then the big brain cannot comprehend why there is still half of this bottle of coffee left, despite it being a perfect solution. Wife likes coffee plus wife likes Starbucks equals wife will like this drink, regardless of the flavour. So you look over to the wife, and one more time at the coffee. No, it is definitely the coffee you bought for her. Okay. Maybe just ask a quick question, So, did you enjoy this coffee? Was it nice? I mean, we have to double check, of course. And once you double check, you wait with bated breath. Your heart is pounding in your chest. Remember, wife likes coffee plus wife likes Starbucks equals wife will like this drink, regardless of the flavour. And back to the heart beating in the chest. It was okay. Deflation. And then you realise wife likes coffee plus wife likes Starbucks equals wife will like this drink, depending on the flavour. Errors of judgment were made, but with the best intentions. Now, I don't know about you guys, but in my opinion, and I am sure I'm not alone here, it's the thought that counts. Well, if you can relate to what I talked about today, maybe you've gotten a gift for someone, your wife, your friend, your parents, your kids, whatever, and you've been very proud of yourself, full of good intentions, but it hasn't landed quite so well. Well, please feel free to share in the comments or send a message. I would love to hear all about it. All right, guys, remember, English doesn't have to be difficult. See you in the next one.